Hi guys. So today I want to talk about the topic of discussion that's pretty popular in the black community right now, which is baby mama culture and the topic of discussion with female rappers. I do feel very passionate about this. Like I've been silent for a while, but I want to offer the perspective of not from punishment, not from this punishment idea in the black community, but more so curiosity and understanding of like why these cycles are happening. Why is it that black women are hyper policed and nothing that black women do is ever right? And so basically, I posted on threads recently that the hatred that single black mothers especially receive is deeply rooted in racism and misogynoir. And basically what that means is that there is this notion rooted in racism that black women, no matter what, black women cannot properly raise children, and this is deeply racist. And somehow this gets left out of the conversation of baby mama culture because it seems that no other race is hyper fixated on shaming single black womanhood, and motherhood already has a huge stigma in itself for women because it's seen as like even how we talk about woman becoming pregnant is that she fell pregnant. So there's so much stigma around motherhood and women feeling the need to hide pregnancies or to that is a negative thing if you don't have a man in the house and things of that nature, or if it's a lot of stigma if you choose to be a single mother already and then add a black woman on top of that discussion, and it's just all hell breaks loose. And so the very unique intersection of being black and a woman will always be, it will always mean that we are forced to deal with so many layers of oppression from society under the umbrella of patriarchy, and also just being a woman. There's so much hatred that comes from that. And so black women have also, due to things like religion, we have taken on a lot of the punishment system ideals in the black community, where we have to have this idea of perfection in the black community, or like it's very, due to survival, we aren't allowed to make mistakes in the black community already. So this is also why black women, single black mothers, are shamed so bad. And so I'm touching on this topic because there's a YouTuber that I watched, that was comparing, there's a lot of comparison of Zendaya doing marriage the right way before getting a baby, and still the topic remains that the shaming of motherhood in black women comes from racism, even though historically black women have been known to be forced to take care of white children or the children of other races. So we're more than equipped. But for some reason, when it comes to the autonomy of black women and we talk about the suppression of a whole entire race, then black women are constantly needed to be kept in a state of distress in order to keep a whole race down. And so we have to take on the sense of men and patriarchy, our own men. So we get this rhetoric in our own community from our own men, our own people. And again, it's we have to consider understanding that these punishment ideals don't work. It's rooted in perfectionism and white supremacy. And so basically, the way that we heal in in the black community is by saying, okay, we need to address community, having villages for women, um, holding men accountable, you know, curiosity of the things that stem from racism. Why do these cycles repeat itself, so forth and so forth. And so it's more so we can leave perfectionism and white supremacy behind and start healing and stop punishing so much. And so especially when it comes to stars, like women who are on the TV screen, for some reason people think that black women are like a monolith, and like we represent the entire race. And so we see these stars, growing up and making mistakes or doing purposely making their life choices, and some reason they count for all of black women or all of black people. And again, this stems from religion and this expectation that everything is the fault of black women. And the reason why there's so much hatred to black women is because women in general are the central focus of the community and of the race, of every race. And under patriarchy, again, you need to keep the woman distressed and unclear, downtrodden, confused, exploited, violently oppressed in order to keep the whole race suppressed and confused. And so we should navigate further away from punishment systems and more so the curiosity and community, and less about tough love. And I know it sounds counterintuitive because it's not saying that I'm advocating for like teen pregnancies or like, out of wedlock pregnancies and everything of that nature. But it's like, why do we feel this need to shame black women so much? And what is this hatred really? Like, we really need to get to the root of it. And I wrote an article. If you check out my Substack, I'm going to link it on my YouTube, where it's basically saying, black women are the target in this world. It's meant to confuse because all the knowledge in this world has been hidden and distorted away from us, in which to suppress black women is to suppress God, and to suppress an entire, population of humanity. Everything in this world is meant to confuse us. And so yeah, it's just starting the conversation in a healthier, healing way, because there's too much extremes happening of like blaming black women and not understanding how, we take all the, there's more nuance. And so that's just part one of this. Yeah, I will be glad to hear you guys' thoughts on that.